Every preacher I know thinks his sermon is a failure if it touches only the head of the hearer, the intellect. But it seems there are more than a few songwriters and worship leaders out there who do not despair when the singing falls only on the hearts of the singers. If we ever sang a song in church that was written for the express purpose of enumerating the biblical reasons for marital faithfulness, or that articulated the tenets of penal substitutionary atonement, we'd shake our heads. We would never sing a song like that, except maybe in Sunday school. In Sunday school, I learned a song naming Jacob's sons. Consequently, I can still name all of Jacob's sons: Gad, Asher, Simeon, Reuben, Issachar, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. Songs that are written just to teach a moral lesson or some theological principle or a list of things, these are not very good worship songs because they only focus on the intellect. It's pretty easy to see that it's not worship, but instruction. Our culture is a feeling culture, so we are in little danger of singing these didactic, instructional, preachy songs. But we are in danger of singing sentimental songs. Many of our songs are written for the heart. They do little more than attempt to manufacture worshipful feelings. There's nothing wrong with experiencing feelings while we are singing a song, but there's a big difference between the feelings we experience through worshiping God and those that are a reaction to the superficial stimulus of a sappy worship song. This is sentimental worship, and it wouldn't be hyperbolic to say it was empty of true worship. In sentimental worship, the focus is on our emotions. In true worship, the focus is on God. If you need more of an explanation about sentimentality and its corruption of Christianity, have a look at this video. In short, sentimentality is indulging in emotion for emotion's sake. It seeks to stimulate the emotions directly rather than through experience, and that's bad. Holistic worship should be the aim. The poet or songwriter seeks to communicate an experience through their words, with physical, intellectual, and emotional dimensions. Experiences are holistic. While we sing, various emotions will be a byproduct of this experience. A sentimental song will seek to evoke the emotion, bypassing all the experience. I get it. A songwriter has something that they want to share. It moves them, and they want to share it with the people that will listen to and sing it. And it's almost always a feeling, and so they start by writing about that feeling. But the result is that they write a song that attempts and sometimes demands that we have that feeling. This is what a lot of praise and worship songs are, a sharing of feelings. True worship is holistic worship focused on God. Human beings are complex creatures. In Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 and 5, it says that we are to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Being Westerners, we think that these are separate parts. But to the Hebrew audience, this is not the case at all. Without going into detail, each of these words is another way of saying, worship God with all of you. If you want more detail, watch the video series over at the Bible Project called Shema Word Studies. The point made in this list is to love God with everything that you are: intellect, passions, emotions, and everything contained in your physical body, and everything that you do with your body, and then do all that to the extreme. That's how you love God and neighbor. We actually experience life in a holistic way. Eating dinner, when it's done right, will involve the whole person, the heart, soul, and strength. My day of research at the New York Public Library was so memorable and significant because I didn't just experience it intellectually. I experienced it holistically. The same with walking through Auschwitz and meeting each of my grandchildren for the first time. Meaningful worship, too, will always engage the whole worshiper. Holistic worship should be the idea for which we aim. To say that the singing will be emotional and the sacraments and offerings will be physical and the sermon will be intellectual is to completely misunderstand holistic worship. That'd be like hosting a dinner party where we'd separate the physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual elements. How would that go? Separating the food from the conversation? Dividing the conversation up between politics and what's going on with the children? That'd be ridiculous because we are whole and not fragmented persons. For the most meaningful worship, each element of corporate worship will seek to engage every aspect of the worshiper. And this includes the singing. Singing is sentimental when it targets primarily the emotions of the worshiper. Singing is holistic when it targets the whole worshiper. So how can we avoid sentimentalism? By offering worshipers a holistic experience. Our songs will certainly engage the emotions, but they ought not to leave the mind and the spirit and the body in the foyer. So here's 10 ways to avoid sentimentalism as you choose or write praise and worship songs. 1. Choose the songs that deal with God and what He's done or what He is doing. 2. Choose songs that are grounded in real life, real experiences. Even if we have to experience them with our imaginations, make them be real. 3. Choose songs in which I am not forced to sing lies, like "You are all I'm living for," or "I lay it all down." I want to do these things, but I can't. Some people, like me, feel bad when we sing lines like that. But other people, it seems, while they're singing it, are all caught up in the emotions of the thing, and they aren't bothered by it at all. If their mind were engaged, wouldn't they feel bad like I do? 4 is really important. Just don't choose songs that have as their purpose to make people feel something. For each song, ask yourself why. Why sing it? If your honest answer is so that people feel blank, dump the song. 5 is really related to this. Again, think about the purpose of the song. Is it a general purpose, like thanking Jesus for all He's done? Or is it something more specific, like thanking Jesus because He seeks us when we walk away from Him? General songs can tend to fall into sentimentalism more easily than those with specific focuses. 6, choose songs that don't have too many adjectives in them, especially adjectives that are modifying the same noun a couple of times. If a song says happy people and later says joyful people, that could be bad. And also, if it uses the word happy, it's probably also a bad song. 7, instead choose songs that use imagery. Imagery can carry natural emotions. Also, 8, symbol, and 9, metaphor. These can help with all this too. They create experiences in our imagination that will include natural emotions. 10, don't choose songs that have even a single cliche. A cliche is a phrase that we've heard so often that it no longer has any meaning. Among other things, cliches are cliches sometimes because they are sentimental. So by getting rid of cliches, we kill 2 birds with 1 stone. See what I did there? At some level, emotions are a requirement for true worship. They are part of who we are as whole persons. But these days, we are in danger of allowing feelings to be a replacement for true worship. And this should not be. Thank you, and we will see you next time.